Huck's in a microwave approach, focusing on stalkers one by one.
Coming in from every single angle. There's a time warp, but look at this concave, this crescent moon.
But the fight, this is what's going to happen now. The supply goes in Huck's favor.
He's just gonna barrel through, take out whatever. So much fire here coming forth.
Looking like Nesty is going to take it here.
Dancing the roaches a little bit. Scarlet.
Now the Hydras are exposed. Those units are going to die, and it's not really going to make that much of a difference. GG.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from New York City. You're watching the World Championship Series, the America region. I'm Axeltoss, joined by Axslav. Another great day of Challenge League action, trying to find out who's going to go to Premier. Of course, yesterday we saw Minigun get first place in his group. Pretty
Very
solid
convincing
performance.
play.
It's pretty good.
That's right. Of course, that was a group with a lot of Protoss. Minigun showed some great PvP there. State showed some pretty good PvP, not quite enough to make it through there. Of course, Top got number 2 in that group. Minigun, of course, blew through. Xenocider didn't really show his best form there, going 0-4 against State and Top.
Yeah, that was mildly surprising to me. Of course, Xenocider has been playing very well lately, but you know, a lot of those games yesterday, it just seemed like he was out of his game a little bit. As far as like his missed rallies,
a lot of missed rallies,
losing, like giving away free units.
You know, a lot of it could have been nerves. I mean, I think this was his first premier event playing under the EG tag.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of pressure on him. You know, this is his kind of debut for the team there. You know, trying to show them what he had, and maybe the pressure got to him, and he didn't perform that well. But regardless, Minigun at Top blew through that group. They're going to be in the Premier League Season 2. State number 3 in the group. He's going to be in Challenger League Season 2. Xenocider going to have to requalify.
Of course, for the purposes of today, we have Group G involving TaeJa, Hellokitty, Neeb, and Maker. The story of the Korean giant, mammoth, titan, Empire State Building, Mount Everest, versus these North American up-and-comers. And I think a lot of people saying, you know what, TaeJa's probably going to win this group, but who knows what can happen. We got 2 Terrans, and Terrans can make Hellbats, and when Hellbats are in the game, who knows what's going to happen. And we have Hellokitty, and you never know what you're going to get.
That's right. Hellokitty took out hard already in the Premier League. So, in fact, he has beaten world-class Korean players before. Potentially, he could do it again here against TaeJa. Of course, that's going to be the first series coming at you guys. TaeJa versus Hellokitty. It looks like the players are ready. Let's start the game. First map is going to be Whirlwind.
Yes, indeed. We got a TVP, TaeJa versus Hellokitty. Some might say... what's the term? David versus
Goliath.
David versus Goliath. Yes, type of a situation here. Of course, anything can really happen in WCS America. Like if you remember, of course you remember, like Hyun was trying to make it through the Challenger League qualifier, and he couldn't even get through that.
And he lost to an American there as well. Puck took him out.
Exactly, an American Protoss player. And might have a similar situation here, but anything can happen. Again, in WCS America, guys, welcome to Game 1. It's going to be on Whirlwind in the top left-hand location. I present to you the Red Terran player representing Team Liquid. Ridiculous amount of wins under his belt. Can he win today's group? Can he get top 2 in today's group and advance to Premier League? A lot of people think he will. He is TaeJa. Top 4 in 5 Premier events. Are you kidding? Look at those win rates. 63, 66, 69. He wins a lot.
Even recently, too. The first GSL season of 2013.
Yes.
Semi-finalist. So, insanely talented player. People have been saying he's had some wrist issues over the last 6 months, but it hasn't shown his performance. I mean, the most recent, second most recent GSL now, the other one just finished up. He made top 4. So, this guy is not a guy to be taken lightly.
His opponent in the top right-hand location, the blue Protoss player with a little bit of a funny name, but we still love him. He is Hellokitty, representing Team Fnatic Academy. Not on Pulse anymore. Of course, that's actually an interesting little development. After he participating in WCS America, he got a good amount of views, he got a good amount of exposure. And then now he's in Fnatic Academy. Got an invite to that program. And it's awesome to see these teams incorporate these academy structures to try to allow these up-and-comers, give them those chances, potentially fly them to events. help them get better, so they can eventually really join that pro scene. So Hellokitty, you know, obviously not an established pro, not an established team. Again, one of those North American up-and-comers, and he loves the mind games. You know, I actually love watching Hellokitty because, you know, he'll be a guy who, like, who fakes something and does something completely different, and then he'll fake that and do something completely different again. So TaeJa needs to be on top of scouting in this game. I think that's going to be instrumental if he wants to take it.
TaeJa going double barracks after command center first here. Wants to make sure he has plenty of Marines out in the field to deal with whatever is thrown at him. And this is probably the most standard follow-up to the command center first. Of course, on Whirlwind, command center first is very popular. Reaper, not quite as useful in Whirlwind. Not many angles to jump up to scout your opponent. It's a bigger map, so you might not find them early and get that initial Reaper harass going on. On the other hand, Hellokitty's actually, is he going to let that Zealot complete? I don't think he is. I think he's going to cancel that.
Good guess. Cancel.
Yep.
Wait until the last second, which is fine.
Of course, the reason why he built that Zealot is in case TaeJa was scouting early and in case TaeJa was going to engineering blade block him. So when the probe saw there was no SCV by the natural, go ahead and cancel the Zealot, build the Nexus. If there was an SCV, you know, blocking the Nexus, let the Zealot get out, he can help chase the SCV away, or in case the SCV starts to build a building to obstruct you, that Zealot can chop that building up very quickly.
Of course, unfortunately for that Zealot, he was never actually entered the world, which is a little bit unfortunate for him.
Aborted.
But perhaps he will be warped in a little bit later. We'll have to look out for that. But yeah, just pretty much saving money. You know, you're making that, it's like kind of like insurance, making that Zealot just in case, but then canceling it so you get 100 minerals back. Use it on your Nexus, really prioritize that economy, and then you can go back into making additional production facilities. But of course, Whirlwind, it's a massive map, right? Fast expansion builds are pretty much the norm. So Hellokitty probably realizing, okay, my opponent likely going for a very fast expand build. I don't want to fall too far behind economically, so I'm going to get a fast Nexus as well. Of course, behind the fast econ play, that's when you start making your decisions. Do you add on a bunch of production facilities like barracks or gateways and go for a lot of aggression? Or do you go for upgrades? Or do you go for additional tech? Like, do you add on a Stargate right away? Do you add on a Twilight Council right away? We're seeing Hellokitty go for this Stargate. So it's likely going to be an Oracle opening here from Hellokitty after this expansion.
The nice thing here is that for Hellokitty, TaeJa is actually going straight into just primarily Marine production. While Marines can fend off in the Oracle, they're not going to have that instant shock vibe potentially totally destroying the Oracle. It's not like he has a Widow Mine there where the Oracle runs in, instantly dies, and all of a sudden Hellokitty's behind. The Oracle is going to, even if the Marines deflect the harass, it's going to get great scout information. As long as it keeps it alive throughout the game, you can later use Revelation to keep track of drops. He can always threaten to you know, jump right back in those mineral lines and continue harassing.
SCV somehow survives at the bottom right. I think the Stalker was chasing him. The SCV barely got away. He's 5 HP. And the Stalker has 0 kills, and I'm wondering if Hellokitty is going to identify that and realize, okay, I didn't actually kill that SCV. But a little bit of an interesting development there. TaeJa getting an SCV in his opponent's main base. Can he scout the Stargate? I think he will.
He's going for it.
He got it.
Oh, and that's
okay, the
important.
Oracle's across the map, though, isn't it? Yep.
It is. In fact, TaeJa's already kind of pushed it out of his natural a little bit with some Marines. It's just scouting around, trying to find an opening. 3 Marines, it can take those out without a problem.
Not his friends, though. And he's going to back up, maybe take down a mule.
Oh, some cute little attempts at repair micro there by TaeJa. Unfortunately for him, that mule was pretty much almost expired anyway based on its timer. So
sure.
A few Marines went down. So Hellokitty can be happy. He got a great scout off. He didn't take any real damage on the Oracle. Got a few kills. But it's not like he really crippled TaeJa or did any serious damage.
Now, I remember in the past, I think Hellokitty really liked the Phoenix Colossi style, if I remember correctly. And with this Stargate opening, obviously that's going to be a really nice transition for him. So we're seeing him going into that Phoenix production, adding on 2 gateways here. Just staying safe. In case his opponent throws stuff at him, he will have the ability with 2 additional gateways to warp in 3 warp gate units at a time. And of course, having that photon overcharge available on that mothership core, going to be a great asset when dealing with aggression from his opponent. But when you go for this Stargate play, you have to be very careful because it does leave a little bit of an opening because you are delaying other stuff as far as getting that AoE on the field in the form of either Colossus or Storm. So a timing might exist here from TaeJa where he can try to do damage with Medivacs with Stim when Colossi aren't necessarily out yet. But again, that window is getting much lower as the Oracle gets taken out in spectacular fashion by that turret.
Nice defense there by TaeJa. He also scans his opponent, and he notices the fact that his opponent is going for Colossi. One important thing is after TaeJa started at Factory, he started 2 more barracks. So he's up to 5 barracks off 2 bases. It's a very, very heavy 2-base production focus build. Of course, until he gets Medivacs, Hellokitty should have no problem defending using Photon Overcharge and Force Fields. But TaeJa's really going to be focused on trying to put a lot of pressure on Hellokitty.
Yeah.
At the very least, making it very difficult for Hellokitty to ever take a third base.
It forces his opponent to forces his opponent to use force fields and then maybe try to take some Medivacs into the main, do some damage there. Because right now Hellokitty is investing a lot of these very expensive units, the Sentries, the Colossi, the Phoenix, which means his army isn't going to be massive. Again, only 3 Warp Gates on the field versus the 5 barracks from TaeJa. So the advantage TaeJa is going to have here is sheer number of units. Like right now, if unit number, right, TaeJa probably has 20 to 30, 36 units, 30 Marines and 6 Marauders. Whereas if we look at the amount of units for Hellokitty, not so much. We got a Colossus, 4 Stalkers, 4 Zealots, about 12, 14 units. So I'm wondering if TaeJa can try to exploit the fact that he has a massive army by trying to really spread Hellokitty out apart.
That's definitely going to be his goal. In these battles, one thing the important dynamic is TaeJa's going to have a much bigger army on the ground and very Marauder heavy. If the Marauders can close the distance with the Colossi, is going to be in good shape. But Hellokitty is going to have the Phoenix Colossi combination. So he's going to have air control. Oh, and he spots a drop, but TaeJa pulls back very quickly.
TaeJa saying, never mind, I don't want to deal with those Phoenixes. Now knows his opponent is going for the Phoenix Colossi play, immediately adding on a second starport. A heavy Viking composition is going to be very important. Also, upgrades on the Vikings can be great too. We're going to have to look at if Hellokitty decides to add on an upgrade for his Phoenixes, something we saw yesterday. I forgot who.
Top.
Yeah, Top was using that strategy. So Hellokitty, we saw he tried to take a third there. We saw the little icon of the Nexus, but unable to take that just yet. And TaeJa's going to be happy right now. Taking a third behind this, he has this position outside his opponent's natural expansion, and he knows his opponent is on 2 bases. Hellokitty needs to come up with something to break out of this contain. The stick coming forward, targeting down the Colossi. TaeJa going for him, not sure about that decision, immediately backing away. And the Phoenix is coming forward as well. TaeJa has to be a little bit careful here. I'm not sure why he decided to engage, and now he's down in supply even, 126 to 110.
A very bold move by TaeJa, nothing to deal with the Colossi, just trying to overpower it with sheer might and Marine Marauder, but without a flank there is no way those Colossi were going to be focused down. Turning around again, but with 9 range, a Colossi...
I don't think he lost the Phoenix there.
No, he didn't.
He was just baiting the stem forward so he can pick off some more units. That was so cool.
And now Hellokitty with just basically takes entire control of the map back.
Wow.
He's free to go ahead and take his third base now. He does have to be careful as TaeJa's producing a lot of Vikings. If enough Vikings get on the field,
yes,
the Phoenix Colossi composition will be in trouble. But he spotted that as Observer sees the fact that TaeJa is producing Vikings 4 at a time there. It saw all 4 being rallied to the front. Sees more and more Vikings coming in here. But TaeJa, he lost so many Marines when he tried to go up the ramp. His army on the ground is much smaller now. If he's not careful, even if he can take out the Colossi, if he can't take him out fast enough, he could still lose that ground battle.
Now, TaeJa does have an upgrade advantage here. 1-1 to the 0-0 right now of Hellokitty. But the 1-1 for Hellokitty is about halfway complete. He's going to be chrono boosting that. But, I mean, the main problem, of course, is going to be the Colossus Phoenix number. And if we're talking about upgrades, not as huge of a deal as far as those units are concerned.
TaeJa's got to be so careful there. His army is actually a little bit smaller right now out in the field, but he does have a lot of Vikings trying to pick away at the Phoenix, using the fact that Vikings have greater range.
Yep. There's a scan.
Great scan.
Was he looking for an observer there?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, we got a Medivac. 4 Medivacs heading into the main. Can Hellokitty spot this? Needs the Phoenixes over there. And again, this is the weakness of a composition like this from Hellokitty. You're not necessarily going to have a bazillion ground units at your disposal. Most of your resources are in the Colossi, are in the Phoenixes, and TaeJa going to take advantage. We're about to see a big drop in the main.
Oh man, this is going to be very tough for Hellokitty. He might have to send his entire army back, which will leave his third base exposed.
Wow, so many units being dropped here in the main. Hellokitty taken completely off guard. Of course, the Vikings escorting the Medivacs as well, and TaeJa going to be counterattacking into this third base, going to target fire that Nexus, target down the Nexus in the main as well, and Hellokitty might lose 2 of his main bases. The Phoenix is coming forward trying to deal with the Vikings, but it's going to be too much, and the Medivac's just going to jet over to that third base. That Nexus is gone. TaeJa with a great move there.
Beautiful tactical play there by TaeJa, totally juking Hellokitty out. When army went to the main, just moves over to the third base.
A lot of probes going to fall
man.
here. TaeJa, a great move. Of course,
and the
scanning.
Vikings, they're getting free hits on the Colossi now. That's not something Hellokitty can afford.
Yeah, at this point, every single unit for Hellokitty is ridiculously important. Restricted to 2 base economy at this point. The Zealot's coming forward, going to back away, doesn't want to deal with that bio alone. And now the Colossus coming forward here from Hellokitty, but the Vikings still getting the shots off, and TaeJa is just going to kite away. What can Hellokitty do? I'm not sure what. TaeJa looks like he might take this game 1 right here. Nothing more to support the Colossi, and there's the GG. A game where it felt like I had a little bit of a twinge of being a little bit scared for TaeJa, because he tried to stim up his opponent's ramp, and don't get me wrong, Marines are good. Marines are really good, but when you're stimming up your Protoss' natural and there's 4 Colossus there, you probably don't want to do that.
Not with just Marines, of course. That thing worked out too well for TaeJa.
Yeah.
But he bounced back with some great macro. The key thing, he was able to get so many Vikings out super fast.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he had more Vikings than the Phoenix, he got into that situation where he had air control. And if you have air control and your opponent doesn't have blink, they don't have charge, you can use the mobility to move into the main, snipe that. The army goes to the main. When the army goes to the main, he just picks up, jumps back to the third.
See ya.
And now it's one Nexus versus 3 orbitals. The Phoenixes get taken out as well, actually, right here. And without the Phoenixes, the Colossi are very vulnerable to the Vikings. In the next engagement, we saw the Vikings just were able to take out so many of the Colossi.
And Whirlwind is a map where you can do that, right? Your third is right next to your main as far as air as far as by air, but by ground it's a super long distance to actually reinforce. No Mothership Core in the main to activate Photon Overcharge, and honestly, I don't think it really would have mattered that much with that many units. But really cool play there from TaeJa, falling a little bit behind, but then just showing with that Supreme Micro, getting all those Vikings on the field, and going for that attack to the main. Really cool play there from TaeJa, and he's up 1-0 in this best of 3. Guys, stay tuned. You're watching WCS America Challenger League. Game 2 coming up.